There are some hidden truths about Bitcoin that the media, the financial institutions, and the world elite don't want you to know about. Notice how all your favorite YouTubers and even mainstream news outlets are talking about cryptocurrency right before it's about to crash, while seemingly no one was talking about it in 2019 when you had the opportunity to get something like 2,000% returns in just a few years. In other words, turn $100 into $2,000. Okay, let's back up though. Do I really think there's some kind of conceited effort between the owners of the media and all of the world billionaires to screw you out of your money? There were plenty of rich people who lost a lot of money from the most recent cryptocurrency crash, and plenty of poor people who got rich from the run-up before it. But there's a clash between how the media works, financial incentives from influencers, and a bit of a failure of human psychology that causes the perfect storm for a lot of people to lose money on Bitcoin, even though it's been one of the best performing investments since its inception in 2009. Today, let's talk about why Bitcoin is very predictable, why it's easy to make money investing in it, and why you probably won't. I'll tell you what the clear smart move is right now, but to understand that, we need some background on what causes Bitcoin's price volatility in the first place. So every 4 years, there's what we call a Bitcoin halving. That means that the amount of new Bitcoins created each day is cut in half, and the amount of Bitcoins being sold each day by miners is essentially cut in half as well. Less Bitcoins being sold means Bitcoin price goes up. But here's the problem. When that natural price increase happens, the news starts covering it. You start seeing normal people getting super rich, and you want to get involved. You buy it. It does keep going up for a bit, but then those people that already got rich want to lock in their gains, so they sell. The price goes down. You feel like crypto is a scam, so you sell it too, now that you've lost the majority of your money. But that breaks the basic rules of investing, right?
Buy low, sell high, that's my motto.
Yet lots of people are buying high and selling low. And it's fair, too. They see a poorly managed crypto company or two go bankrupt.
My accidental theft of our customers' life savings to create a giant over-leveraged Ponzi slush fund for myself is a tragedy that should have never happened.
Everything in the industry is going wrong, and they think this whole blockchain thing is over. This keeps happening, and people keep making the same mistakes. So how can we avoid getting caught up in the hype, the clickbait YouTube videos, and the failed human psychology that makes so many people lose money? The answer is very simple, yet difficult to implement. Make decisions about where you want to buy and sell Bitcoin based on reasoning and probably beforehand. And stick to those decisions, and realize that whether or not you truly believe in cryptocurrency as the future of our financial system, it tends to be a pretty cyclical market. So if you choose to buy and hold, just know it will go down in value significantly at some point. I'm not a financial advisor, do your own research, but here's what I expect going forward with Bitcoin. We'll see a medium-sized rally in 2023, similar to the rally we saw in 2019. People will get a little excited. It'll be maybe a little bigger than the one in 2019, but it won't last. We'll likely still be in an economic downturn, which affects crypto to some extent, and people are still reeling from failures and scams like FTX.
Oops, sorry.
And they don't have a ton of extra money to put into this stuff. The real next big cycle for cryptocurrency will be initiated by the Bitcoin halving, like it always has been, and like it actually makes sense to happen that way. And the next Bitcoin halving is in March of 2024. We'll get growth for a year, maybe a year and a half, meaning the peak would happen about halfway through 2025. Now, this isn't exact, and it's hard to predict what the numbers will be at these times, but it is based on real factors like the Bitcoin halving and the previous cycles that have remained pretty consistent throughout Bitcoin's life. So this sounds like an easy and predictable way to make money, but there's a good chance that we won't. That's because when Bitcoin does reach its peak a few years from now, once again, media outlets will be touting it as the money of the future. And even if you did get in, you'll want to catch more of that money that everybody's making. You can't necessarily blame media media outlets or YouTubers, because as a YouTuber myself, I understand the desire to chase what's popular and exciting with my content, what gets clicks and what gets views, but it promotes exactly the opposite of what you should be doing. You'll wait to buy in at the top or buy in more at the top, it'll crash, and you'll feel cheated once again. I'm not saying that's you necessarily, but that will be the case for most people. Warren Buffett famously says to be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy only when others are fearful, right?
They buy a stock and they think if it goes up, it's wonderful, and if it goes down, it's bad. We think just the opposite. When it goes down, we love it because we'll buy more, and if it goes up, it kills us to buy more.
There's a famous story that may or may not be true where JFK's father predicted the Great Depression because his shoe shiner started advising him on stock tips. I think the shoe shiner of our modern day was random kids on TikTok telling us to buy Dogecoin. When everyone thinks they're a stock market genius, even though they have absolutely no experience, that's a pretty good indicator that we're in a market bubble that's about to pop. So on the flip side, right now, when everybody's saying that crypto's a scam and it's over for good and you're just gonna lose all your money and it's going to zero, it might be a good time to be sneaky and start getting involved. Like I said, I don't expect a huge peak for a couple of years, but the best way to avoid risk is to do what's called dollar cost averaging, investing a small amount of money into an asset you believe in every single day, rather than just putting one lump sum in because maybe you didn't time it perfectly correctly, right? So right now, in addition to dollar cost averaging into index funds, just broad stock market index funds and Berkshire Hathaway, all pretty safe investments, I'm putting $5 a day total into Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two most respected cryptocurrencies. If you want to do the same, you can sign up to Robinhood with my link below, get a free stock or whatever, or choose whatever platform you like the best. I like Robinhood because they don't have fees for buying cryptocurrencies like other exchanges, but sometimes they don't have the best prices, and technically you own the rights to your Bitcoin rather than having your own digital wallet and owning the Bitcoin itself, so some people don't like that. Hopefully you and I can be the ones to escape this unfortunate trap of media and failed human psychology. I do videos on making money, traveling, and escaping traditional work life, so hit the bell if you're interested in more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.